In the heart of Russia, where history and politics intertwine, a figure emerged from the shadows to reshape the country's destiny. This is the story of Vladimir Putin's rise to power, an ascent that would change Russia and reverberate across the world. Welcome to our deep dive into one of the most intriguing political careers of the 21st century, Vladimir Putin and his rise to power. In this video, we'll unravel the story of how a former KGB agent and political outsider ascended to become the most dominant figure in Russian politics. From his early years in Leningrad to his meteoric rise through Russia's political ranks, we'll explore the key events, strategies, and challenges that shaped Putin's journey. Join us as we examine the complex factors that contributed to his ascent and how he transformed Russia's political landscape. On October 7, 1952, Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin was born in the Soviet Union city of Leningrad, now known as St. Petersburg. His parents, Maria and Vladimir Putin, were modest working-class citizens. His father, a factory foreman and a World War II veteran, and his mother, a factory worker, provided a stable if austere environment for their son. Putin grew up in a communal apartment, sharing space with other families, a common practice in Soviet times. His childhood was marked by the remnants of post-war hardship and the struggles of a recovering Soviet economy. Despite these challenges, he demonstrated early signs of determination and resilience. He went on to study law at Leningrad State University, where he received his degree in 1975. His university years were characterized by a focus on discipline and a growing interest in martial arts, particularly judo, which would later become a renowned aspect of his public image. After completing his law degree, Putin joined the KGB in 1975. He began his career in the Second Chief Directorate, responsible for counterintelligence and surveillance. Initially, he was stationed in Leningrad, where he worked in administrative roles that involved handling various bureaucratic tasks. In 1985, Putin was assigned to the KGB's East German branch in Dresden. This period proved to be pivotal in his development. During his time in Dresden, he was involved in monitoring East German dissidents and conducting intelligence operations amidst the tense Cold War environment. His role required careful management of sensitive information and a thorough understanding of political dynamics, experiences that would deeply influence his future career path. By the late 1980s, the Soviet Union was grappling with severe economic crises and escalating political unrest, only exacerbated by leader Mikhail Gorbachev's policies of glasnost, or openness, and perestroika, or restructuring. These reforms, although intended to promote transparency and modernize the economy, instead revealed deep systemic flaws and ignited widespread demands for greater political and economic freedoms. Amid this turmoil, Vladimir Putin was stationed in Dresden, East Germany, where he served with the KGB on counterintelligence and surveillance missions. His role involved monitoring East German dissidents and managing sensitive intelligence operations during a period of significant Cold War tensions. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 symbolized a crumbling Soviet influence over Eastern Europe and heralded the broader disintegration of the Soviet bloc. As the geopolitical landscape shifted, Putin returned to Leningrad in 1990 and joined the administration of reformist Mayor Anatoly Sobchak. In this capacity, he played a crucial role in guiding the city through the complex economic transitions of the post-Soviet era. The dissolution of the Soviet Union on December 25, 1991, resulted in the emergence of 15 independent republics, with Russia becoming the largest and most influential successor state. This period marked the end of the KGB era and the establishment of the Federal Security Service, or FSB, which Putin joined. As head of the Committee for External Relations in Leningrad, Putin managed international relations and economic development, which were critical for fostering foreign investment alliances and navigating the new political landscape. His efforts during this time allowed him to build key relationships and gain valuable experience, earning him a position of advantage as Russia transitioned from Soviet rule to a new era of governance. Following the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, Vladimir Putin's ascent to power was distinguished by key strategic roles and adept maneuvering. During his time in Mayor Anatoly Sobchak's administration, he was instrumental in managing foreign investments and navigating economic transitions. This was completed during a period of significant upheaval. His success in this role demonstrated his administrative competence and ability to build a crucial network of contacts. By 1996, Putin's growing reputation led to his appointment as deputy chairman of the FSB, where he handled critical security and intelligence matters, further solidifying his influence. The critical turning point came in 1999 when President Boris Yeltsin unexpectedly resigned, appointing Putin as prime minister. Putin's decisive actions in managing the Second Chechen War and implementing policies aimed at economic stabilization significantly enhanced his public image and political standing. His effective response to the conflict and efforts to restore order and boost economic performance resonated with the Russian populace and the political elite. By the end of 1999, Putin's strong performance led to his election as president, marking the culmination of his rapid rise to the highest office in Russia. Upon assuming the presidency in December 1999, Vladimir Putin immediately set about consolidating his power with a series of strategic moves aimed at stabilizing Russia. His initial priority was to reassert central authority and diminish the influence of regional leaders, which he accomplished by overhauling the federal system to reduce the power of regional governors and increase federal oversight. Putin's administration launched an aggressive campaign against corruption and organized crime. This bolstered his popularity among the public and also allowed him to tighten his control over various sectors of the economy and political sphere. In 2004, Putin achieved a significant legislative victory by enacting a controversial law that centralized control over regional media and political structures, effectively curbing dissent and enhancing government oversight. His administration also reasserted state control over critical industries, notably the energy sector, which not only strengthened Russia's economic leverage, but also reinforced his political dominance. By nationalizing key assets and fostering state control, Putin was able to reassert Russian influence both domestically and internationally. Additionally, Putin's consolidation efforts included a broad crackdown on political rivals and media critics, systemically undermining opposition and curtailing independent voices. This comprehensive strategy of centralization and control effectively diminished the power of oligarchs and challengers, allowing Putin to establish a controlled political environment. His tenure marked a significant shift in Russia's political landscape, characterized by a strong central authority and diminished pluralism. Vladimir Putin strove to regain Russia's influence internationally as he solidified his hold on domestic authority. His foreign policy was marked by a series of assertive actions aimed at challenging Western dominance and restoring Russia's status as a major global player. One of the most significant moves was the annexation of Crimea in 2014, which, despite triggering widespread international condemnation and sanctions, significantly bolstered his domestic popularity and reasserted Russia's influence in the Black Sea region. In 2015, Putin further demonstrated assertive action through military intervention in Syria, where Russian forces supported the Assad regime. This intervention not only strengthened Russia's foothold in the Middle East, but also challenged the influence of Western powers in the region, particularly in the United States and its allies. Putin's approach to foreign policy was also leveraging economic tools to enhance Russia's global standing. He strategically used Russia's vast energy resources, particularly oil and natural gas, to forge economic partnerships and exert influence. especially in Europe and Asia, the development of major pipeline projects like Nord Stream, and the expansion of energy ties with China were key aspects of this strategy. Additionally, Putin fostered relationships with countries seeking alternatives to Western hegemony, including Iran and Venezuela, further positioning Russia as a counterbalance to Western influence. On the diplomatic front, Putin pursued a policy of strategic alliances and multilateral engagements. Russia's involvement in the intergovernmental organization BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, or SCO, underscored its efforts to build alternative international structures and challenge Western-dominated institutions. Through these actions, Putin effectively redefined Russia's role in global affairs. The combination of military assertiveness, economic leverage, and diplomatic maneuvering enhanced Russia's geopolitical influence and counterbalanced Western power. Vladimir Putin's rise from a KGB operative to a dominant global leader reflects a trajectory punctuated by strategic consolidation of power and assertive foreign policy. Domestically, he centralized control, curtailed regional and political opposition, and reinforced state authority over key industries. On the global stage, Putin reasserted Russia's influence through assertive actions like the annexation of Crimea and military intervention in Syria, while leveraging energy resources and forming strategic alliances. His leadership has redefined Russia's role in international relations, positioning it as a significant counterweight to Western influence. Thanks for watching our look into Vladimir Putin's rise from the KGB to the presidency. We've covered his early experiences, pivotal roles in post-Soviet Russia, and strategic moves on the global stage. If you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below, and stay tuned for our next video on global politics.